So, what's next for Edward Snowden now that he's gotten asylum? Earlier, I spoke to Adam Thompson, a lawyer based in New York City, and I asked him where he thinks Snowden might go after his 1 year in Russia expires.
I don't think there's anything for him to figure out where to go next. He's staying in Russia. He's not going to be leaving Russian soil or to go anywhere else. I don't think he has any plans to try to leave to maybe one of the three Latin American countries that have offered him asylum. I think he's going to stay under the protection of the Russian government, which has said already that he could stay. He could freely travel around there. And given the choices of where he can go, Russia has, a lot of clout with the United States, and he's less to be messed with if he remains there than if he was to travel somewhere else.
Well, Russia also set some conditions for him to abide by while he is there. And a lot can happen in a year. Countries that have either decided to offer him asylum or even Russia can change their mind.
Well, they can, but the thing is, he's already been offered the asylum. It's for a 1 year term. The conditions are basically that he stop leaking any information regarding the United States and not do anything that would in any way damage or harm the United States military secrets or national security. And he has agreed to abide by that. So that were conditions that he agreed to. The problem is if he continues to do something or works further with WikiLeaks or something like that, then maybe they will reopen it to consider it at that time. But I really don't see a change in that status. I think with the attorney advice he's going to get that he independently has and through WikiLeaks, I think he's going to just follow protocol and try to lay low.
Well, what is the protocol? What will he be doing in Russia for the next year?
I think he's just going to try to assimilate there. He's already supposedly trying to learn the Russian language, so he's going to try to really just blend in with the population, probably get some kind of employment there. It would be no surprise to me, given that he supplied so much information to WikiLeaks, and WikiLeaks has been so involved in helping him try to find a country to get asylum in, that he probably ends up doing something with that company.
Well, what message does Snowden's temporary freedom in Russia send to other whistleblowers, especially with the Bradley Manning case right now? Obviously, this is all a blow to the U.S. government.
Well, I think it's twofold. I think on the one hand, you have a lot of civil rights leaders and activists out there, along with a lot of people in the press and the media, that are actually happy with the result here. Because the media wants to be able to get sources or whistleblowers to come forward when they find illegal conduct to bring it forth to the public and then correct illegal action. Same thing with, when you're talking about just whistleblowing in general to expose corruption, you don't want to put a lid on that as well, so people are afraid to speak up. So it's a big win in that regards for those camps that follow that. But the U.S. government, obviously, this is a tremendous blow because they want to prosecute him under the Espionage Act, and they don't want to encourage action like this and more people coming forward with potentially damaging information to our national security. So two different camps here that one's celebrating and one's very upset today.
Well, what's next for the U.S. government then? Any recourse for federal prosecutors in this case?
Well, that's a very interesting question because I'm sure they're going to sit down now and think of more ways that they could prevent this from happening in the future. I'm sure they're going to change a lot of policies on who gets clearance to such heavily classified information that can impact us. I think they're also going to probably try to reopen negotiations with countries out there that we don't have extradition clauses with so that we can, in the future, be able to arrest and locate someone such as Snowden and bring him back to our country to be prosecuted. They certainly don't want this to happen again or think that potential whistleblowers that do this in the future have a clear path and a way out.